Well, I am Rajneesh here. A important topic, that is the emergency provision, national emergency. Before stepping into this topic, we must understand what basically the emergency is. You can define the emergency as an immediate action is needed to correct the system failure. Basically, in any system, any type of the system, the lapse may occur, disorder may occur. In the same manner, in the political system or in a democratic system or even in a presidential root system, even in a directorial system, there may be a lapse. This lapse is the damaging to the political arena and the system of that very country. Here, an immediate action is needed to correct the system failure. Means the emergency is basically a tools, a situation, a difficult situation, a odd situation where we have to correct the system failure, but only after finding out where the shoe pinches and where the problem is. So there is a provision. The logic behind the incorporation of these provisions to safeguard the sovereignty, unity, integrity and the security of the state, nation, part as a whole. Generally, it happens because we are discussing here in the Indian context the real cause behind the emergency. If the president find any security lapse, any integrity lapse, any system failure, any financial failure, financial system failure, even the relation between the state and the center failures, he has, and he can have the capacity to impose the emergency, to make the nation unite, sovereign, and the security of the country. So this is the important one. Generally, the type of emergency, that is the national emergency, Article 352, state emergency, Article 356, and the financial emergency, Article 360. Today, we will concentrate our lecture on the national emergency. Actually, it has been the well provisioned in our constitution, emergency provision in the part 18 of the Constitution of the India, part 18. Here, in the part 18, it has been the clear-cut proclamation or declaration that that the President had the supreme and the sole and the full and the 100% accountable right to impose the emergency in the whole country at once or as a part, as a reason to. Means it is the one, means this is the only that the President can opt and do these all the things. Generally, the timing of the emergency, it may be at the time of the war. Here I am defining the war, please understand. When the two and the more than the two country is the ready with the arms uses, that is called really a war. Generally, this is an external environmental and the political problem. Second is the external aggression. Suppose one country is ready for war with the arms and the second country is not ready with the arms. Or there is an indirect and the Cold War is going on. That comes with the external aggression. And the armed rebellion, generally you may hear about the terrorist attack, civil attack, and it may be of the religious attack, racial attack, caste attack. Simply, if these armed rebellions simply kills the fabric of the social disorder, these are a very ripe and the right occasion for the President of India to impose the emergency as a part, as a region, as a state or nation as a whole at the time of the war, external aggression and the armed rebellion. Here, the national emergency, it has been the provision with the Article 352. The President can have the sole power to for the proclamation and the declaration of the national emergency. Generally, our country faced three major emergency. In 1962, when the India and the China war, there was a complete emergency. In the 1971 India and the Pakistan war, there was also emergency. But in the 1975, there was a very important internal emergency under the Prime Ministership of the Mrs. Indira Gandhi, and that was the internal emergency. During the internal emergency, the effect has been the very problematic. All the press has been the censored, oppositions were arrested, and the fundamental rights were curtailed, and the huge misuse of the power of the authority. The India felt so. Here, we must understand what are the actual legal process for clamping and or imposing the national emergency. As you know, the cabinet is simply a combination of the Council of Ministers plus Prime Minister. They will recommend for the President, and the President will go for the Parliament where the Lok Sabha and the Raj Sabha, and here the emergency goes for the fully valid point. So, in this way, emergency can be imposed. Basically, at the time of the emergency, we having the unitary power, and this unitary power has been only with the President of the India. President of India can execute this power with the hands of the governors. President is the final authority. At the time of the effect of the national emergency, the executive power of the state has comes fully in the hand of the governor, and whereas the legislative power, the President can handle the state leads without any failure and without any recommendation. And for the financial, President can modify the financial state relation power and revoke out the emergency. This is the only President only who can revoke the emergency. So, the emergency provision in the national emergency, this is an important topic. But the emergency, we must understand, emergency is simply a difficult and the odd situation in a democracy where we must take an corrective measure to make the democratic mobility to move on, and it has the only one power that having the President has. They can clamp or impose the emergency as a whole part of the country or as a part of the region. It is his trust. We having the three type of the emergency: national emergency, state emergency, and the financial emergency. Constitution has also provision with the part 18, and the President has the full power for the go for the emergency. At the time of the three is the very important occasion where the President can go for the emergency. War means two and the more countries the ready with the arms uses. External aggression, you can say go for the Cold War, and one country is the ready for the war and second country is the very weak, not ready with the arms. And the arms rebellion, generally it is go for the civil unrest. It may be of the where the state is the burning in the violence, terrorist attack, and the racial problem it may be, and the riot may be. And the national emergency provision with the Article 352, the President can have power. India faced, and in the India occurred three important emergency. National emergency in 1962 when there was the India and the China war, 1971 India and the Pakistan war, and in 1975 in internal emergency under the head of the Mrs. Gandhi. The effect of this internal emergency was the opponent were arrested, the fundamental right were the curtailed, and press were on the censorship mode, and the huge misuse of the power. Generally, as we know, the cabinet is the council of ministers plus PM recommend for the emergency power for the president. President go for the Lok Sabha and the Raj Sabha, and finally the emergency validity becomes, and finally at the time of the emergency, the unitary power, the country exhibits, and the president is the final authority. Effect of the national emergency, all the executive power becomes zero and central directs the state's function. Legislative president becomes the empowered in the state list, and finally all modification has been done by with the choice of the president at the time of the national emergency, and revoke the emergency is the simply and 100% solely choice of the president. In the meantime, I am closing my lecture. Thank you.